Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My amendment will ensure that we provide relief to Americans directly impacted by COVID-19 pandemic, especially school-age children who have become collateral damage due to school closures across the country. Section 3036 of Subtitle A in this amendment, in the nature of a substitute, provides $50 million for Title X family planning grants. This money could be used to subsidize groups like Planned Parenthood who provide abortions. As you probably know, the Trump administration prohibited Title X family planning grants from going to abortion providers. But on January 28th, President Biden started the process to undo that rule so that money going to family planning could indeed go to abortion providers. My amendment is simple. Instead of using taxpayer dollars to fund abortion providers like Planned Parenthood, we should provide funding to programs that address youth suicide prevention, prioritizing life and the lives of young Americans. My amendment would strike the $50 million from Title X and redirect it towards youth suicide prevention in Section 520E 1 grant program. Since it is moving money from one area to another area, it will not disrupt or cause a problem with your top line number. In my own state of Arizona, suicide is the leading cause of death for children ages 10 through 14. Social distancing and lockdowns lead to isolation and less opportunity for children to interact with one another. As we talk about the physical health impacts of COVID-19, we cannot forget that children, not only in Arizona, but around our nation, are dealing with the fallout and adjusting to COVID-19 at such a crucial time in our lives. I'm holding up an article in the Arizona Central, and it's titled, "Youth Suicide During COVID-19 is a Growing Concern in Arizona. Ducey, who's our governor, and state officials say." It says in it, suicide already is the leading cause of death for Arizonans aged 10 through 14, and nearly 1,500 Arizonans took their own lives in 2019. One suicide approximately every 6 hours. It also goes on to say that officials are particularly concerned about the isolation and anxiety prompted by the pandemic, what it has had, and it has exacerbated mental health issues among those Arizonans most vulnerable to suicide. In fact, a CDC Morbidity and Mortality weekly report published August 14th found that in a survey of U.S. adults conducted in June, younger adults, racial and ethnic minorities, essential workers, and unpaid adult caregivers reported having experienced disproportionately worse mental health outcomes, increased substance abuse, and elevated suicidal ideation. Even before the pandemic, nearly 41% of Arizona high school students who participated in the state's 2019 Youth Risk Behavior Survey already reported feeling sad or hopeless for 2 or more weeks in a row during the 12 months before the survey. The survey also revealed 16% of high school participants had made a suicide plan. This is very concerning. And that's why I am offering this amendment, because I really do think that the money that you are putting forward in this COVID relief package to family planning that can be used for abortion providers is a poison pill. I mean, most of you, I'm sure all of you know that most Republicans are pro-life, and we just couldn't go along with that. So with that, I ask for your support on my amendment, and I yield back.